Hello, this is Cuberized and welcome to my Craftoria Let's Play. Last episode I was trying to sacrifice a chicken and it was not going well. And I did some research and I seem to be doing occultism the wrong way. So I'm going to go ahead and I've set up a spot near my old base, the original one. And I'm going to go ahead and take this stuff and clear it off and head over there, and we are going to start fresh. See you in a minute. Okay, so I am over by my original base, and I have leveled off this area and put up a waystone. So these three sections are 21 by 21 squares. And I'm going to go ahead and in the middle of each one, and I picked up all my stuff from back at my home, I'm going to put down a gold ritual bowl in the middle. And I will put down, well, I'll do that. I guess I'll put down the other bowls in a minute. So just to understand here, when looking at the book for occultism, which is right here, and which, by the way, I also want to make another one of these over here. So, just a quick reminder, plop, toss those down, and I picked them right back up again, didn't I? I got my backpack turned on. Not that one, this one. I've got a lot of these seeds. So these are the Demon Dream seeds. Nope. Why did that not work? Okay, now I can't recall how to do it. So let's go back here. Fruit. Okay. Fruit, not seeds. My bad. Let me get rid of that. Fruit. There we go. So, throw the fruit down and light it with flint and steel and it's fire. So the way this works with the pentacles here, I was doing them one at a time. This one, and then this was the next one, and this was the next one. But that's not how to read this. I mean, you can do it that way, but then each one is used for a very specific thing. What you can do, which is what I'm going to do, is everything in this row can be overlaid on top of the other and use the same sacrificial bowl. Same thing with everything in this row, and same thing with everything in this row. And so that's why I made 3 big squares. The final design should be 19 by 19, and that'll fit within the 21. It'll give like a little one space around the outside. So here's how this works. So with this very first one here, I'm going to show the block, and I'm going to click down here. It's going to outline it for me, and then I can use the chalk. Here's the white chalk, and I'm going to need candles. Doesn't make any difference what candles I use. I actually have some of these white ones that I made that are actually from occultism, and then you just follow the outline, and it should go from a pale color. Now if you see where, if I'm pointing at it, it says white chalk, this says white chalk, And as I'm putting these things down, the count is going up. On the top of the screen, it's now 14 at 29, now it's 15, now it's 16. So when I get this completed, oops, that's me casting haste. Yeah, it should be 29 out of 29 and show as complete. And I have to be careful of my floating arrows that I don't bump into them. So that is complete. I've got it. It's perfect. Now, if I want to do the next one, then that is actually this one. These all can overlay each other. So this one will go ahead and overlay on top of this one and allow me to then summon the next level up of demons. So this all does the foliate, these three. If you overlay on top, you can summon this or this, which is the genie, and this one does the Ifrit, and so on and so forth. So to be able to do this, and I'm going to do it here so we can all see, and then I'll go fill those out. So I'm going to do this one on top of this one and show the multi-block. Now when you're trying to overlay this, just click on the block beneath the gold, and now I've got it. So if you step back and take a look, you can tell what's what here, and if you just point down to it, it'll say lime here, and this is a candle, and then this is a skeleton skull, so you can see what is hard to see. And I had a little difficulty with this in my test world, and I'm trying to find the brush here, the chalk brush. You use the chalk brush to remove. So if I do this, you can see it a little bit better. And if I hover over it, it says light gray chalk. So as you are going through from here to here and then here to here and then continue on, this is black chalk. This is gray, light gray, and white. So as you move up in difficulty to be able to summon a higher demon, the center chalk in the drawing that you're doing when you overlay it gets changed. So we're changing from white to light gray. And it's just a couple of blocks in the center. So it's this, we're going to keep this white outside circle, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of these. So there's going to be 8 overlaid that we need to replace. And if you look at the top of the screen, you see 21 out of 73. That's because we already have some candles and we already have some markings that align with this. So I'm going to need the light gray and the lime. So this is light gray, and if you just tap on top of it and not remove the old one, it will just right on top of it. So you don't actually have to remove it, but if you're not sure what it is, like I can tell there's something, I mean clearly it looks like 2 designs on top of each other here. If you look, if you can't tell what it is, you can always erase the first one. But once you know what goes here, then it's going to be matching all the way around. So that is nice. And then we do the lime out here. This takes a lot less space overall because everything gets stacked on top of each other, and you don't have to have each one of these as their own separate. And plus, when you go to summon something through a ritual, you're using the same design no matter which level djinn you want to, or I'm sorry, demon you want to use. So if I'm going to do a foliate, I can, that's a crusher, I do it from this one. If I want to do the next level up, which is the genie, that's a crusher, I do it from this spot. So that doesn't really matter. So I'm going to put the candles in. And again, this take regular candles or the candles from Occultism. And I will put in the skulls here. I had a stack somewhere, or a partial, there they are, partial stack. Put them in. They don't have to be facing any particular way, they just have to go down. And there we go. Now that's complete, and then it goes away. So that can be done, and we can do this again for the next diagram is this one. And again, we're just going to click on that block right underneath the bowl. And I have 65 markings out of 117. And again, you can see where this looks like it's not quite, it looks like there's two symbols fighting for the same spot. Oh, excuse me, I have a guy. Yeah, that's going to be a problem is over, you know, on the balconies over here, it's a lot more protected, and out here I'm out in the open. So I'm going to have to take that into consideration when maybe putting a wall up or something over here to prevent unfriendlies from swinging by. I think for the time being, I'm just going to go ahead and sleep through this real quickly, just because I don't want to keep getting attacked while I'm trying to explain and lay out this diagram. Okay, so let me get the book back. So yeah, so we've got the next one down here. This is orange chalk, and because we're doing the this one here, it's going to be gray chalk instead of the light gray. So I will get my orange, and I don't have orange, so I have to make orange. But I do have the, do I have the gray? I don't seem to have the gray either. I think I was about to make the gray. So this is where I'm at. So I've got it laid out, I just haven't made it yet. So again, and we can repeat this for this, the next one down and the next one down. This will make a design that has, it's circular. You can kind of see how this is, there's an orange circle and the inner one's a green circle and the inner one's a white circle. That's the way this looks. The next one is going to be diamond shaped, this one, and the one over there is going to be square-ish. So what do we do? I mean, I will go over there and make those, but the point is what do we do with this now that we have this? One of the things we can do with this is you can use this to summon one of these guys. So there is, and they're at this level, at this low level, there's a crusher, which will take ore and make it into dust. Then the smelter can come and smelt it, and then the transporter can take items, I believe, from a chest to someone, and then the janitor picks up items and takes it and drops them off somewhere. And I think it's to a chest. So these kind of can all work together, these two and these two, to be able to process through your ore, which is kind of handy to do. At this point, the crusher will double your ore when you get up higher. So once you have, no, back here. Once you have this one, you can summon the Genie Crusher, and the Genie Crusher will do 3 times the corresponding. So instead of taking iron ore and just smelting it and getting 1, the foliate will give you 2 dust, which you can smelt to get 2 ores, and the genie will give you 3 dust that you can make into, I'm sorry, I'm saying ores and I mean ingots. 2 dust into 2 ingots, or 3 dust from the genie to 3 ingots. And this goes up, and the highest level will do 6, which is just amazing. So this is the crusher, this is the smelter. So he will turn the dusts into ingots. The crystallizer makes, well, yeah, gems and crystals and things. Where is the, yes, you get a farmer. Then you get somebody who will cut down trees. That's the other one. Then we have guys who move things around. So you have a transporter, the janitor, and then there's some other things in here that do different things. That they're different sorts of traders. So there's that aspect of it as well. And then when you get to the next highest level, when you go up a level, as I said, here you go from this to this. We're still working in the same diagram. It's just gotten a little bigger and more complicated, but we're doing the same types of things. So you're going to get a crusher, a smelter, a crystallizer, and then these different traders and things. And that just, proceeds. So that's how this works. And then this continues on. You have to craft these this will allow you to get to this eventually, and so on, and this will get you to these. Yeah, and we'll talk about this stuff at the bottom later, but that's how this little grouping works. It's really 3 diagrams and not a whole bunch. So yeah, so this is this one. I will quickly illustrate this one out. Is this one here. So first is that. And I think I just put all my chalk away. So let me pop these back out again. Is that all my chalk? Oh, there's the gray. Let me go do that back here. I did make the gray. Just haven't used it yet. Okay, still don't have the orange, but I'll come back to that. So with this, we're going to use the yellow and the white. And candles, which I think I have regular candles. Yeah, I don't think it matters what color. I mean, I don't know which one will look better aesthetically, but yeah, we're just going to plop down some. So put down the candles. And I think I may have mentioned this before, but if and when you get to the Bumble Zone, you can trade with Queen. Wool and candles are 2 big things you can trade, and that way you can actually get some different colors if you'd like, just to make things a little bit more interesting without having to craft them yourself. Okay, that's complete. Now we're going to go again and do the next level up. And this goes right here. And again, this is just a little bit more complicated. We just have to put down some more candles. You will eventually need wither skulls for this. Right now we're only needing skeleton skulls. I've tried other skulls, they don't work. You actually have to use skeleton. So when it says the candles are flexible which ones you pick, but this is very specific, just like the chalk marks are. Where you place them is important. So this takes green and yellow, and this is lime green. And I find that doing these one at a time, one color at a time, is easier. And then yellow. And I don't think I have the next level up chalk for this. Missing something. Oh, I haven't finished the diagram, that's part of it. And something is off. Yeah, I want to say it's... Some of these white ones aren't white, but since I'm on... This one looks wrong. It's hard to tell because I'm sitting on top of stone and it's gray, various shades of gray. So let me see here. Yeah, that is supposed to be light gray chalk. It is really hard to see because it's on top of this. Yep, that's it. So this has got to be wrong. Not wrong, overlaid. So I should be able to do this. You don't actually have to erase it, you can just plop it right on top. There it is. Yeah. And again, my choice of background is made this difficult to see. So that is level 2 of that, and then the third level I don't think I have the chalk for, but it's this. And again, wait, show. There we go. Okay. So I do have the darker gray. So once you do this, you just come back through and anything you did light gray, you make dark gray. And then eventually we're going to make it black. And we can do the yellow. Again, I don't have the orange unless it's hiding in my backpack. Let me just double check one more time. I do not see orange. So we have not made it yet. I need the yellow and I need the lime. Okay. And this again is going to be a diamond pattern. You can kind of see it. It looks like a diamond. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm missing. Oh, I'm missing skulls. That's what I'm missing. More skulls. They don't have to be straight or anything. And so I don't have the orange and I do not have the spirit attuned crystals. So that's a good thing to talk about. What is a spirit attuned crystal? It's this thing right here. And to make this, sorry, did the wrong thing. Did use, not make. To make this, you need 4 of these gems per crystal, and these gems are diamonds thrown into the spirit fire. Well, we have the spirit fire over there, and I will grab some of the diamonds. Four, 16. I'm going to make 32 because I know I'm going to need more of these crystals. And the crystals are something that's the first time we're using them is over there. Because they're not, yeah, they're not there yet. We will need them though. And I missed. Okay. It's actually easier when it's not in the ground, but that's okay. So, where did they get? Are they in my inventory? Where did they go? Okay, I give. Where did they go? Oh, okay. And I don't have my sword in my hand. Let's fix that. Alright, let's quickly sleep through the night and try this again. Where is my... Ever just have one of those days where you are misplacing things? I am now not able to find my backpack. Not my backpack, there it is. That's why I couldn't find it. It was already in my inventory. Alright. Sleeping bag was the word I was looking for. Alright, I know what this thing is. So, yes. Okay, let's try this again. Let's just do it one. Okay. There we go. And they go right here. Now I don't have the orange yet, so I can't finish this, but I should be 8 off, and I am, and that's the 8 orange marks that I need to make. So, moving over here, this one is going to be this bottom row, so I need this one first. And so we're going to be doing white and purple and lots of candles. Let's see here, white and purple. And where did I put the candles? I probably either used them or left them in here. I used up all those. We're going to use purple. And let me get these out of the way. Okay, so purple candles it is. And then white. Oops. One of these days I will redo that keybind. Although it does come in handy to have haste all the time. Alright, and then again if we point down at here it will say purple chalk at the top, and that's a purple candle. Let me try that again with the other purple thing in my inventory. The chalk helps. Alright. So, that's the first one. And then the next one is overlaid on top. Okay, it's a little easier here to see that, again, because of the coloration, and it looks like I need green, that these here, these two, are the ones that are going to get overwritten with the light gray. So take it from me, don't use something that's pretty much a neutral color that's not in the gray scheme of things, because it's going to be really hard to see these. changes there. So, and then and that's also purple, which we already have, so that'll be easy to make. And there's that. And so we just go around and fill this in. And I do need skulls, as you can see right there, so that would be the last piece. Okay, and yeah, so I'm missing 8, and those are the 8 skulls. And wherever I put them, yeah, I saw them. Oops. Okay, so here's a good thing. I did that accidentally. I slapped that thing down. I don't want to overwrite it with anything, I just want to erase it. So that's another good reason to use the brush. You just right click and it goes away. No harm, no foul. And here are some skulls. Do I have any more in my backpack? I do not, so let me go get some out of inventory. Alright, now I have plenty. If you want to be decorative, you can put different blocks underneath these things to make it... yeah, this was really not a good choice on my part. These are better. Alright, so there is that one. And if we wanted to try to make the third, I'm pretty sure it's going to take a color we don't have. Because the third level requires this orange, which I don't have. There is no third one here. It's actually here and requires a red. So that's how these line up. So this is white, gray, light gray, dark gray, and require green, require orange, and require red. This is blue, and that's black. So that's as far as we can get. Yeah. So I do need to make the orange. Let's see if we can do that. And I think this may have been orange. We need this one first, which we're going to toss into the spirit fire to purify it, the impure one. And this is where this comes in. So we need blaze. I don't have this, really? Glowberries. Oh, the cursed honey. That's what we were trying to get. That's where we left off. Okay, so this is, if we look in the book, okay, that's on the second one. So we need to go over here. Okay, and I haven't put any bowls down yet where you put the items. I should have a small stack of those. Yes, I have a lot of those. And this doesn't really make it, I mean, it has to be close enough to this, but pretty much any space that's open is good. I try to just like put them really close together towards where the ritual bowl is. And if you need other ones, you can put them, you know, find blank spaces and put them there. And the items that we are going to need to do this, and let me pause a second and put some of this stuff away. That doesn't even belong in there. Neither does that. There's the chalk. I want to keep that out. Might need that. And I definitely have to clean my inventory. Okay, so back to the items I'm looking for. I believe are these four. So to make the cursed honey, we need these four items in bowls. Now the other thing we're going to need is, and this is the part also that I did not understand, is and I will find it. I should go through and clear all this stuff up. It's in here somewhere. That's how to perform a ritual, which we've done. Yes, that's actually that. Sacrifices. Okay, this is what I was looking for. So, when you need to sacrifice to kill an animal, you actually personally have to kill it. You can't just yeah, I think it has to be, you know, your personal kill. But there is a, that was not it. There's a block. Let me just look at it in here. What's it called? Okay, let me just stare at the blocks for a moment. Is this... okay, that's not it. Oh, these are all the, they have the 16 colors of candles, just like the regular candles, but they're occultism versions. So they're in here. If you just look up candle, you'll find both these and the regular Minecraft versions. And that's for the, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not either. And I thought it was, that's storage stabilizers. That's not it. That's the wormholes. There's so much cool stuff that this mod can do. I'm still learning. And one second, I will find it. It's in here somewhere. One sec. Okay, so the block that I am looking for is actually this block from Ars Occultus. So it's a mesh of Ars and Occultism. And this block is actually, I haven't gotten into Ars, but I know I need to. You put these items in an enchanting apparatus and you get this sacrificial altar. The altar actually goes below, so where the gold block is, which is actually yellow terracotta, where that is, the sacrificial altar goes. So that, yeah, that's what I need for that. So these can just stay here. No harm is going to come to them staying here. But I need to now start with getting into ours, which I have not started. But that's the next thing we need to do. So with with summoning these guys here, there's different levels of books. And let me actually show you here. Let's do it through here. So the books of binding, this is what you start with, is this kind of book. For the foliate, it's this blue one. The genie is this one. The Ifrit is this yellow one, and then Merid is the highest level, and it's this green book. So they look different, and of course they have different hit points. I think this guy has like 30, if I recall, and by the time you get to the top level, they're going like 300. So completely different level of critter. But you'll need the book, and this is so, whoops, I just clicked it again. So you just take this basic book, and the basic book is any one of these books tossed into the spirit fire. The book and quill is easy if you happen to have any written books or any enchantment books you don't want. You can use those. I tried it using a Bane of Arthropods level 1, and it works. You get the book. And then all you have to do is surround that with dye. This particular pack does not have mystical agriculture in it, and if you do have mystical agriculture in your pack, like all the mods does, then you can use the dye from seeds to be able to do this. Otherwise, this is easy enough to get from flowers. Or lapis. This one isn't hard, it's just blue and red, which is easy enough to do. This is yellow, and green you can get from cactus. If you take a piece of cactus and run it through a furnace. That's a good way to get green. So the books themselves, once you've created the initial blank books, these blank books, it's just dye to get to any one of these other ones. And as I said, from a perspective of this, when you're dealing with these here, each one of these gives another level up as you progress through these, so you get better and better as you go down. So we will go ahead and do some of this. I will endeavor to get into ours, and we'll continue on with that. But this is actually a cleaner way to do occultism. And again, you only need to make 3 of these bowls to start with. There are other diagrams that aren't related to these 3, but you don't have to make, each and every one of these separately, which is nice. You actually literally stack them. And it's really, really handy, because these are kind of used all for the same thing. So if you want a crusher, you come here, and whatever book you use, that's the crusher you're going to get. But it's this, so you don't have to run all over the place and use different diagrams based on what level. Very smart way to do the mod. Alright, well, with that being said, I think I'm going to go home and Actually, let's go down to the magic zone. And let's check and see. This is, yeah, I wanted to set up a shady wizard for ours. And like I've been doing with these other ones here, like these guys. This guy here is the librarian. So I want to set up for ours. And yeah, I've got some basics for him, but he needs an arcane core, and I need to craft that. I don't believe I have that. So let's go ahead and get started with ours. I did spend an episode or two running around trying to find the tower with the secret room, and you can get all sorts of goodies in there. I think this goes this way. Yes. So, maybe not there because of that, but this is a haste spell. So this is the table, and we have an assortment of other things. The containment jar is used to hold on to critters. This is a different sort of table. And let's see here. I have source jars. Yeah, I've got a few things here. Arcane platform. Yeah, so I have things that can be used that I already have. Warp Nexus I don't need. Yep, I think that's good for now. So, getting this started, let's go take a look at our quest book and take a look at Ars Nouveau. So, so I have crafted the Tattered Tome. That's as far as I got. I don't know if I brought it down here or not, or if it is still upstairs somewhere. Let's... do I have it in here? Not seeing it. Let's check in here. Nope. Okay, let's just craft another one. So, you need these, and no, that's not it. So, a book and a piece of lapis. That's easy enough. I would have hoped. There we go. Now I've got it. So here is my, yeah, so you can kind of go through here and it'll explain, you know, spells and other things for you, and this actually tells you how to get your next spell book, which is the Novice. This is all based on, so actually we can see if we can do that. I don't know that I have those. No, I do not want to use that one. That's damaged. I don't mind using that one. Nope, I don't want to use that one. It keeps helping. Oh, I've got plenty. Let's see if I can use this one. Yes. So if you have broken swords, In fact, I probably can use this one. Yeah. So the nice thing about it is they don't have to be full. They don't have to be, they can be damaged. They don't have to have full durability. So, yeah, and you do end up losing the tattered. At least I believe it goes away. I don't think you get to keep it. Let's check. Yeah, it's gone. And again, we'll just make another one. Just because I like to have one. So, we should have gotten through here. So we've gotten that. You do get a codex. You can get codexes by adventuring and opening up containers. You get a random glyph. So you put it in your bar and right click and you learn something. I unlocked plow, and it'll tell you down in your chat what it is you just learned. And then, yeah. All right. So we can upgrade our book to tier 2 and tier 3. So you combine glyphs to make a spell. So you want to unlock as many glyphs as you can so that you have combinations to put together that make sense. Yeah. And then with mana you are able to cast your spells. So anything you can do to increase your total amount of mana or how fast your mana regenerates is a good thing. Spell books will help with that. You can also create armor. There are enchantments, so that will also help. And so we're trying to get the, I'm surprised I don't see it. Source jar. Okay. Yeah, I'm missing something here. So, to do this, you need the Novice Spellbook, which is nice. You need some diamonds, you need some kind of obsidian, blocks of quartz, and blaze rods. So if you need to get yourself to the Nether to be able to do this, and I should be doing this through this. And you can upgrade that. So I'm still holding on to the Tattered Tome. So now I've got my new one. And I get another codex. And then to get to the Archmage, again it uses the previous one. And this is where you need a Nether Star, a Totem of Undying, one of these Ars Nouveau ritual tiles. You have to defeat the Wilden Chimera, which I have not done yet, and then you need the rest of this. So most of this I have, but something for us to work towards to get the last one. And this is a tier 2 glyph, not tier 1. And I unlocked heal. So that is awesome. And that is the wrong thing. Let me actually tuck this stuff away. That goes here. That goes there. trying to not get these things mixed up. And I'm not sure why I have that. That must have been a drop from somebody. Okay, well, we have gotten started here. Let me see what... So this is what is needed to get the village trader for ours. And this is a source gem, some source stone, and 2 gold blocks. So I believe I have some of that in here somewhere. Yes, I have plenty of source stone. I have source gems, and I should have a gold block. Okay, that's the arcane core. I almost want to make another one of those, just so I can have this for the villager. And let's set the villager up here. Maybe here. That way I can use and put that there. And put this here and that is not, no, that's not, yeah, that's not helpful. Don't know that that's going to be any better, but I can at least get at it this way a little bit better. Alright, let's do it this way. Okay. Not sure where that went. Okay. Let me get one of those. All right. So if I had my, in fact, I think it's over here. Did I? No, it's upstairs. Some of the villagers, the magic-ish kind of villagers, are down on the first, down below on the magic level, and then the rest of them are all up here. And I should have extras. I think these are all the unemployed guys. Yeah, there's my extra iron golems. And in fact, I'll even take 2 down with me. Let me grab this guy. And I also need the other guy. So I will put I kind of have to be careful doing this because when I tried to drop one down down in here, now he should change, he did, into the right thing here. So I should be able to reach. Yeah, I will adjust his trades later. And then this one. Will go here. And there he is. Very cool. Hello, Mr. What are you technically called? Shady Wizard, yes. Yeah, so that's not bad. Sourceberry roll, that's, yeah. So you can cycle through and see what looks interesting. To trade, having, this is if you're growing a lot of source berries, this is a way to get emeralds. If you have lots of amethyst, it's a way to get emeralds. Depends on what you have. These are from the R's trees. So, and this is Mage Bloom fiber. So if you actually have a lot of those going on, you can get some emeralds. But yeah, there's that. And then at higher levels, they do give us more exciting options for trades. Just like all the other ones, you start off with something simple and then the trades get more advanced as you go. And I think we haven't gotten too much into ours, but I think at this point I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and we'll start back up and we'll do some more R's at the next episode. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did so, please toss me a like and subscribe to get alerted to new content. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. I do read and reply to everything. Again, this is my Craftoria Let's Play. I am Cuberized. Thank you very much. Signing off.